Hey everyone, welcome to this live stream. Hopefully this will stay in one place because we are going landscape today. Right, so I wanted to do a quick live stream and I asked one of my Facebook friends, what do you want to learn? What do you want to know to help you sort of like evolve? What is it that you need to know? And she said, okay, I need to know how to overcome the feeling of overwhelm, right? And I goes, okay, let's do it then, because I've had experienced that recently as well, twice in the last sort of month. It feels like a lot longer, but it's about a month. But I've had two times I've felt overwhelmed and I've overcome it. So I'm going to share with you what I was doing or what I've been doing to overcome that feeling. And I know when you're feeling overwhelmed, okay, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's an emotional state. Okay, when you're overwhelmed, you're not at your highest, right? You're kind of like consumed by all this information, and it's not very nice to be if you're going to be in that state for too long, and it can cause some distress. Okay, not good stress, because there is good stress, but distress where it becomes too overwhelming to the point where you're stalling, you're not even taking action. So we want to overcome that. So how do you do it? Now, when I did it, and this worked for me, so it should definitely work for you. I only share what works, okay, for me and a lot of people that I know as well. That the feeling of overwhelm is especially or specifically happens when you're doing something new, or you're just evolving. Yeah, you're either getting a new goal, okay, that you want to achieve, and your mind's giving you all these ideas. This is what was happening to me twice in the last 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. That I had these two big goals that just came up, so much inspiration had come up, and I was like, I need to do this, I need to, like, all this list, all this information was coming out of my head, and it was really overwhelming, tiring as well, because I couldn't switch off, I couldn't meditate for that time. All this information was in my head, and if you're very much of a thinker, you think a lot, and that would be like addictive as well and constant, right? So I couldn't meditate properly. And this happens once when you are achieving a new goal, you've got inspiration, and it would happen the second time when you've literally just got too much going on, and there's some disalignment happening, there's too much overwhelm going on. But most of the time it's usually when you're doing something new, and when you've got a new goal that you've never done before and you want to do it. So what to do? Very simple, okay? And not many do it, and I even found resistance to doing this because it kind of dragged on longer than it should have, right? To the point where I couldn't meditate. It only happened for 1 day, like it lasted 1 day, but I was in that overwhelmed drive. Like all this information was just coming out of my head, and it was consuming me for too long. Like 1 day is a long time for me to be in overwhelmed state. So the first thing I just did, right, literally got a piece of paper out of my diary, okay, and I listed, this was a 3-year goal maybe, that I had just got this inspiration to do and achieve, 3 to 4 years. And my head was just in overwhelm of ideas, bombarded with ideas. And this is what I just did. I got a timeline created, because, okay, so I need to do X, Y, Z. Put it all on paper. Very simple to do, but yet we don't do it, okay? Put it all on paper. Anytime you are in overwhelm, it's literally when you've got too much information in your head. Too much information in your head, and it needs to go on paper. You need step by step, okay? We kind of are a little bit robotic. We're humans, obviously. But we need step by step. We need to know when is what's happening. When is this going to happen, and when is that going to happen? The mind is always looking for reassurance. That's when it lets go. That's when it lets go of all this information that you've got in your head. It needs to get out of your head. Okay, so what I did was, okay, create this whole list of this is what I need to do by then, and I need to do this by then, I need to do this by then, and until this is not done, that's not going to happen. So everything was in order. And once I got it in order, and then the end goal would be achieved, okay, in 3 years time or whatever it is, then that information was out of my head now. The reassurance had come. I felt good. That's what the mind's looking for. It's looking for you to feel positive about it, right? Ultimately. And then the overwhelm went. So now I had step-by-step steps to take. Okay, and even then I would make those steps more specific as I'm going. But for that time I just had to get it all on paper. and you know, who's going to help you achieve that goal? What resources do you need to achieve that goal? What do you need to do to achieve that goal? Right? All these things have to be in place. So who's going to help you? What resources do you need to get you to that goal? Right? When is it going to happen, roughly? And you carry that on until you know the end goal's done. Then the information's out of your head. Your mind's got this process going on, and then it's out of your head. The overwhelm's gone. So really, really simple. Just write it all down. Really simple to do. And the last time this happened was when one time was when I had a big goal, 2 big goals, right? Recently, both things I did the same thing. But the previous time this happened to me was when I was doing a new business. Like I was going to do some training, and not new business, but add a new element onto my coaching, and I had to look for a training school, and it was just like, I need to have this. It's all again, put it on paper again. This is what I need to do. I've got 12 months to do this new training and to add this new element into my business. What do I need to do in that progress? How do I want to feel in the process, right? That's really important. How do I want to feel? What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? What finances do I need? What resources do I need? Resources, finances, what people, who do I need to speak to? And that's it. The goal will be achieved. So putting things down on paper, as simple as it sounds, we need to do it. Okay? We're living in a world, especially if in the West, it's really busy here. There's lots of information. And when we're overwhelmed and there's already loads of information around us, okay, especially if you're mum and you're looking after kids, you've got their information to hold on to, their goals to hold on to as well. You've got to put yours somewhere else. If they stay in your head, they don't get done. All my clients that are in business, the only time they feel overwhelmed is when they've got all of their activities in their heads. They don't put it down on paper. Okay, we somehow need that. That really is a need when you're in business, especially when you're working from home and you're looking after a family at the same time. Okay, because you've got lots to do, and at the same time you've got to keep yourself balanced as well. So if you are overwhelmed and the reasons that I've mentioned are not relevant to you, you're just overwhelmed, it's basically because you haven't got your mind doesn't know that you've got a balance going on. Okay, there's some conflict going on. You're either missing out on your physical health or your spiritual health, and you're giving more time to your work, or you're giving less time to your family. There's something going on that is out of balance. Okay, and because it's all in your head, right? Like I need to do all your to-do lists, especially mums. Okay, we've got this. Our brain is wired like this. All the to-dos is in your head, then it's gonna feel like it's overdriven. And if you're so consumed by that, you're not gonna be able to do everything. Your balance of the wheel of life. If you're in coaching, you definitely know what wheel of life is. Looking after your physical health, your spiritual health, your self-development, which is your mindset, family, finances, career, right? Health, physical health, I mentioned that. All those have to be in check and in balance. And because there's so much to do, and we're living very independently, right? You know, we're not in a tribe where everyone does the same. If you go to Pakistan, one of my husband's there, like everyone does everything at the same time. Like you eat food together, you pray together, you go to work together maybe. But you've got a support system going on, so it doesn't need to go in a diary. It doesn't need to go in a planner. Whereas here, everyone, even in the same household, has a different routine, a different thing, different priorities. Like I've got different priorities to my kids, right? To my husband. We've both got different priorities, way of living, because it's a, free living country, if you like. There's no community here that keeps us going together. So we need individually to check in. Am I looking after my health? Am I looking after my mindset, spiritual health, my family, my career, finances, if that's relevant? Am I in balance? The only time you get overwhelmed is when you're not in balance, right? All of your values and what matters to you is not getting seen to. The attention's not getting seen to. You're not giving it attention. So again, write things down. Which area of your life currently needs attention? Because as soon as you do that, you'll feel at peace. You'll feel content. So this quick and easy tip for you, if you need it today. If you find this was useful, definitely share it. And if you need any more in-depth help or direction, if this hasn't worked for you, reach out to me. It probably is something else that's going on, and if I can help you, I can definitely help you. And I'll catch you in the next video.